Fuck Bethesda, fuck ZeniMax, just fuck that whole operation, really, and hello, welcome to the video. So, Bethesda recently blocked the sale of a pre-owned copy of The Evil Within 2 on Amazon for some of the most ridiculous and spurious reasons you could imagine. The company has since come out to say it will never block the sale of used games and has never blocked the sale of used games, except in this case, it quite literally blocked the sale of a used game, so... Actually, if we're being perfectly honest, we should put used in quotes because the copy of the game was never actually used. Despite Bethesda kicking up a fuss that the game was listed as new, it is practically new. Amazon seller Ryan Hupp was recently forced by Bethesda to take down the listing for his copy of The Evil Within 2. He purchased the game but never played it, it wasn't even unwrapped, because instead of buying a PS4 as planned, he spent money on upgrading his PC. Fair enough so far. But Bethesda's legal firm Voris decided that Hupp was not an authorized reseller, so his attempts to sell The Evil Within 2 were unlawful. Bethesda claimed that Ryan Hupp was not protected by the first sale doctrine because the game wasn't being sold in its original form including a warranty. That makes it materially different from genuine products that get sold through official means. Polygon has the letter which reads, "Unless you remove all Bethesda products from your storefront, stop selling any and all Bethesda products immediately and identify all sources of Bethesda products you are selling, we intend to file a lawsuit against you." They threaten they'll go after disgorgement of profits, compensatory damages, attorney's fees, and investigative and other costs. Fuck off. This seems like a particularly desperate overreach. The crutch of their threat, for it is indeed a threat, hinges on there not being a warranty included, which still baffles me, and the fact it was listed as a new copy and not a used copy when it was a new copy because it hadn't been used. That's typically what new means. I mean, it's been in somebody else's hands, yes, but it's still a new copy. I mean, I'm sure their lawyers have now found a nice little way to use language and to make the argument in a court of law that new only means new if they authorise the sale, but it nonetheless still seems pretty fucking snide. According to these shits, you can't sell a new and unopened copy of The Evil Within 2 if you call your new and unopened copy of The Evil Within 2 a new and unopened copy of The Evil Within 2. Even though, and I'm not sure if you've caught on to this yet, it was a new and unopened copy of The Evil Within 2. Polygon went ahead and contacted Bethesda and got this shitty statement in return. "Bethesda does not and will not block the sale of pre-owned games. The issue in this case is that the seller offered a pre-owned game as new on the Amazon marketplace. We do not allow non-authorized sellers to represent what they sell as new because we can't verify that the game hasn't been opened and repackaged. This is how we help protect buyers from fraud and ensure our customers always receive authentic new product with all enclosed materials and warranty intact. In this case, if the game had been listed as pre-owned, this would not have been an issue." So the entire basis for this threat was language. That's all it was. It was a language issue, and in my opinion, the reseller used the correct fucking language to describe the product they were selling. No, Bethesda can't verify that the package hasn't been opened and resealed, but it can't verify that for any fucking copy. A manager at GameStop could open up a copy of The Evil Within 2, play it, reseal it, and sell it as new. In fact, I'd believe that before I'd believe an Amazon seller would do it. And maybe Bethesda would be a little more believable if Voris, the law firm it used, didn't have a fucking page on its website telling people how they can stop copies of their shit being sold on eBay. These lawyers literally tell companies that they're creating a foundation for legal claims against third-party unauthorized sellers. And it's full of tips and tricks to get around first sale doctrine. So the message here is clear. Bethesda won't go after second-hand games, provided second-hand games don't give Bethesda the excuse the basis to go after them. You leave a loophole open and Voris will come raining down on you. And if the threat's anything to go by, they won't just go after the one game you're selling, they will demand that you take anything with Bethesda's stink on it off of your listings. Now, those that have followed my work for a very long time will know that secondhand games was one of my biggest soapboxes back in the day. I was very angrily talking about the industry pushback against the whole concept back when, you know, Dennis Daffy Dyack used to complain about them. Or that one guy who made that mobile game, David something, I literally can't fucking remember his name now. And of course, the notorious online pass, which they used to try and punish anybody who bought the game secondhand, making you pay $10 to them like a tax collector for the privilege of paying a game they already bloody bought. Hell, some pundits within the game industry have likened used sales to piracy, which is just fucking absurd and pathetic. But with the industry grasping at other monetization methods and with a lot of digital sales happening these days, I thought the hysteria over used games was over. In fact, I was thinking that just this week before this whole thing happened. And yeah, Bethesda says it's not going after used games, but it's clearly going after anything that gives them an opening, anything that uses the kind of language that does allow them to issue slimy little threats. And we all know how Bethesda loves a lawsuit, so I refuse to believe that this is about protecting customers from fraud. I believe that's a very good pretense, but it's a pretense nonetheless. This is a classic case of creating a chilling effect, trying to make resellers worried about what they're selling, trying to put them off the idea of selling Bethesda games. If they can go after games for language issues, they can claim they're not trying to stop used games. But you know, if the knock-on effect of them issuing threats is that people stop selling Bethesda games, well, they're not going to shed a tear, are they? It's just another classic case of a publisher being unable to 100% control something, being unable to purely dominate a market, and deciding instead to slowly choke the life out of it. And really, get over yourself, Bethesda. The Evil Within 2 was okay, but it ain't worth buying brand new, you fuckos.